Glen Hollow was a small village nestled at the edge of the Emerald Woods, where morning light always fell gently like mist and birdsong seemed to awaken all of nature. In this peaceful place lived a boy named Eli Morgan, a child with bright eyes, work-worn hands, and a heart that always longed to do what was right. Eli was a diligent boy who helped his parents on the farm and never complained. Though everyone in the village adored him, Eli constantly felt something lacking within himself. Why? Because he was always comparing himself to others. He often saw Lucas Gray, his classmate who always topped the exams, and thought, if only I were as smart as Lucas. When passing by the grand stone manor of the Bishop family, he would spot Jared Bishop, the rich farmer's son with clean clothes, shiny boots, and a brand new bicycle. Eli would sigh, I wish I were as wealthy as him. Even when a girl sprinted effortlessly across the meadow, Eli would feel slow and inferior. Day by day, Eli's confidence wore away, like a small stone being eroded by flowing water. He couldn't focus on his studies. Books would be opened only to be closed again. His afternoon chores lost their joy. A quiet storm had settled in Eli's heart, one no one could see. One day, as the villagers of Glen Hollow were preparing for the autumn festival, a traveler arrived. He wore a dusty gray cloak, his hair silver like drifting clouds, and his eyes were as deep as mountain springs. People called him Master Arlen, a wise wanderer known for unlocking minds with stories and simple truths. Eli heard the news while helping his mother weed the vegetable garden. His heart skipped a beat. He had never spoken to anyone about the sadness inside him, but he felt that if anyone could understand, it would be this man. That evening, Eli quietly made his way to Master Arlen's tent on the village outskirts, where a dim lamp glowed through a thin cloth. Master, Eli said softly, I feel like I'm not good enough. No matter how hard I try, I always fall short. I'm not smart, not quick, not rich. Master Arlen didn't answer immediately. He simply smiled gently and said, Tomorrow, at sunrise, come to the oldest tree in the village. There, you will find your answer. The next morning, as golden sunlight touched the treetops, Eli stood beneath the ancient oak at the edge of the woods. Master Arlen was already there, holding a simple wooden staff. Eli, the master said, look around. What do you see? Eli looked. The emerald woods were stunning in the morning light. Trees of all kinds stood together, some tall and slender, others short and stout, some heavy with fruit, others full of tender leaves. There are many types of trees, Eli replied, tall ones, short ones, some with fruit, some without. Master Arlen nodded. Now imagine if that apple tree complained that it wasn't as tall as the pine, or if the chestnut tree was upset because its fruit wasn't as sweet as the apples. Would that make sense? Eli chuckled. No, sir. That would be silly. And yet you do that to yourself every day, the master said gently. Eli froze. He had never thought of it that way. What do you think of this forest? Eli looked again, this time deeper. Amid the diversity was harmony. It's beautiful and peaceful, he murmured. Each tree exists for a reason. The coconut tree grows tall to catch the wind. The mango tree grows low to offer sweet fruit. Neither is better, just different. After they left the forest, Master Arlen led Ellie to a small pond behind the village, where crystal-clear water reflected the morning sun. Small fish darted beneath the surface, shimmering in the light, while above them, sparrows hopped and chirped on low-hanging branches. The master pointed at the water. Look there, see how gracefully the fish swim? Yes, so smooth and fast, Eli nodded. And the birds? They fly beautifully, like it takes no effort. Now imagine if the fish looked up and asked, why can't I fly? Or if the bird frowned and said, why can't I swim like a fish? Would that be fair? Eli paused, thinking for a few seconds, then shook his head. No, not at all. Fish are meant to swim. Birds are meant to fly. Then why do you, Eli Morgan, wish to become someone you are not? That question struck Eli like a bell of clarity. His eyes widened. For the first time in his life, he saw himself as a distinct being, not flawed, not lesser, just different. Master Arlen continued, you have gifts that others don't. Maybe you aren't the fastest or the best at math, but you have kindness, patience, and resilience. These are strengths no one else can take from you. Eli lowered his head, a lump rising in his throat. He didn't know why he felt like crying. Perhaps because for the first time he realized he didn't need to be anyone else. From that day on, Eli began to change. He no longer sighed at the sight of Lucas, nor looked longingly at the bishop estate. Instead, he spent time learning about himself. He discovered he had a talent for craftsmanship, hands that could carve, shape, and mold wood with quiet precision. He started making small wooden boxes from fallen forest branches, etching delicate patterns into them and gifting them as birthday presents to villagers. Everyone admired the detail and creativity in his work. Gradually, Eli honed his carpentry skills. From boxes, he moved to chairs, from chairs to tables. Soon, villagers came to Eli instead of traveling far to buy furniture. He didn't become rich overnight, but every coin he earned came from his own hands. And more importantly, he felt content. In the evenings, by the flickering glow of an oil lamp in his backyard workshop, Eli would saw and chisel away, no longer concerned with what others thought. He was not Lucas. He was not Jared. He was Eli Morgan, a boy steadily stepping out of the shadow. 10 years passed. Glen Hollow had changed much. The once dusty paths were now paved with stone. The little wooden houses had been restored. And at the village center stood a large woodworking shop with a carved sign that read, Morgan Handcrafted Works. Eli was now a grown man, broad-shouldered, calm-eyed, with the same brightness as before, but tempered by wisdom. He was not only a skilled craftsman, but also an employer, teaching village youths how to work with both hands and heart. One day, a timid boy knocked on the shop door. He had sad eyes, eyes that reminded Eli of someone he once knew. Mr. Eli, everyone's better than me. I don't know what I'm good at. Eli smiled, knelt to the boy's level, and placed a small carved wooden fish in his hand. Do you know why I carved this fish? No, sir. Because a fish doesn't need to fly. It only needs to swim well. The boy stared at the carving, then smiled, his first of the day. Eli looked out the window, where the evening sun filtered through the trees, and remembered Master Arlen's words. If a fish tries to fly, it will always fail. But if it learns to swim well, it can rule the entire ocean. And to those who came to him seeking answers, Eli would simply smile and say, Never compare yourself to others. The sun and the moon don't shine at the same time, but both are brilliant in their own way.